Thank you.
You're recording now.
And we are live now. Thank you.
30,000 votes were cast in the city of Laconia.
It now being 3:02, the magic hour, so we can begin the Police Commission meeting. Would you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Commissioner Mello?
Yep.
Commissioner Whittam here, and no, Commissioner Davis will probably be arriving shortly. We have a quorum, and we have President Chief Matthew J. Canfield and Recording Secretary Laurie Marsh. Moving on, Chief, you want to go to Mr. Mello's swearing in?
Yes, sir.
Me?
I'll come right to you. Gotta raise your right hand. Do you, Frank Mello, solemnly swear that you will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all duties incumbent upon you as a full member of the Police Commission, according to the best of your abilities, agreeably to the rules and regulations of the Constitution and laws of the state of New Hampshire, and the ordinances of the city of Laconia, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you, congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome again. Mr. Mello? Congratulations.
Congratulations, Commissioner.
Four more.
Moving on, commendations and awards. Chief Canfield.
Nothing?
Resignations and retirement. Chief Canfield.
Nothing?
Promotions, classification changes. Chief Canfield.
Nothing for that, but if we could skip on the agenda and move to the swearing-in of our newest police officer. I'd like to invite Lieutenant Noyes to do a brief introduction.
So, you can call me. Stand right here. Good afternoon. This is Maria Zealous. She comes to us from Connecticut, where she originally grew up. She attended Southern New Hampshire University, where she got a bachelor's degree in science with a justice services, with a focus on police work. And we met her actually her sophomore year through our recruitment thing, through the job fair. And she was a sophomore there, but she's graduated now, and she's in her second week now in the in-house. So, that's Maria.
Right here? Yep, just face me and raise your right hand. Zealous? Okay. Do you, Maria Zealous, solemnly swear and affirm that you will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all of the duties incumbent upon you as a full-time police officer for the city of Laconia, New Hampshire, according to the best of your abilities, agreeable to the rules and regulations of the Laconia Police Department, the Constitution of the United States, the laws of the state of New Hampshire, and the ordinances of the city of Laconia, so help you God? Congratulations, and I would normally shake your hand, but we can't do that. Just need you to sign right there. Perfect. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So Maria, I just want to
Welcome.
introduce you to the Police Commission.
Welcome.
So you have Commissioner Doug Whittam, he's the chairman of the Police Commission, and then Commissioner Frank Mello, who just got sworn in and re-elected to another term. There's a third member, which is Commissioner Scott Davis, and he's just been waylaid, so he's not here today, but I'm sure you'll meet him at some point. So, welcome.
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 Would be excused.
Yes, sir.
So you have to stay for the whole meeting.
Thank you.
Oh. Okay. Command staff reports. Chief Canfield Support Division.
So we've been working on the budget preparations for submittal in the early part of December. They've also been working on instituting the new program that was obtained through non-capital expenditure this year for installing the Pro QA program for our dispatch center. This is a pretty labor-intensive and comprehensive program that will be installed in dispatch, but the purpose being to standardize the way calls are taken. Instead of dispatchers having to come up with the questions and the knowledge on their own, it's going to prompt them and should expedite getting calls out to the officers in the field. So as the dispatcher's taking the information, they can be typing into the computer, and it should be pushing it out through the computers in the cars. So they should get the information faster, but also more complete and more thorough information when they're dispatched to a call. Not only will it increase response time, hopefully, but it will also increase officer safety, having more knowledge of the call. So pretty intense installation process. They've been having weekly conference calls on this, but certainly something that I want to thank Councilor Cheney for helping us get. He was very familiar with that after running the State 911 Center, and certainly something I'm very proud of to have here in Laconia. They're completing preparation of the 3 new vehicles that were obtained for the fleet, and in the process of equipping those and getting them back onto the road. So and that is it for support. Counselor, can you hear that okay? Can you hear the microphone okay?
Not a bit, but that may partly be me.
It doesn't sound like there's an echo coming back. Is that better?
Yep,
Perfect.
good, thank you.
So that system is similar to the 911, I mean, the protocols and set questions that
It's the same company,
you ask.
Commissioner, that produced it. They're a huge company. They're used all over the world. I'm so glad the chief sought this software. Having used it for 22 years, the 911
Version.
version of it, I can assure you, he made a great choice, and the improvement in dispatch functionality will be obvious in a short period of time. It really will.
Nice.
You'll be thrilled with the increased information. It's a company that's spent decades designing these systems, and I don't mean to interrupt your discussion, but I'm thrilled.
Nice.
I can't tell you enough. I'm thrilled that the chief made this
Nice.
decision.
Thank you. And that is it for support.
Operations Division, Chief Canfield.
So they're working through the in-house training for new recruits, getting a couple people back from the academy very shortly in December. They've also been working on some kind of pseudo Christmas parade or holiday parade this year. Instead of the traditional parade, they're looking at doing some kind of car parade. They've been working to finalize the details on that, as well as implementation of the scheduling software, which should modify the patrol scheduling ability to be able to push that out to phones, and people can have the schedule electronically and be able to submit leave requests electronically, which should integrate with the payroll system. Currently, we do it through Microsoft Excel, and it's very antiquated. So they've been working through getting that program up and running as well.
Moving on, hirings, we've covered acceptance of minutes from the previous meeting.
Make a motion, we accept the minutes of the last meeting.
I guess I'll have to second that. I can legally. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. On the motion made by Commissioner Mello and seconded by Commissioner Woodham, passes unanimously. And the meeting minutes for October 14th were accepted as distributed. And notice of holidays, we received a list of proposed holidays for the 2021 year. Any questions or discussion?
These holidays follow the holidays that were posted by the city for the year of 2021.
Now, that's for the people that are not on patrol duty or anything like that.
It covers both.
It covers both?
Yep.
Okay.
Any discussion? Entertain a motion?
Make a motion, we accept that calendar for the holidays next year.
I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
On the motion made by Commissioner Mello and seconded by Commissioner Woodham, it passes unanimously. Notices of holidays for 2021 were approved. Review of monthly activity reports. Department monthly highlights, Chief Canfield.
For the month of October, we responded to a total of 2,772 calls for service, which was up considerably from last year, where we responded to 1,702 calls for service during the corresponding month last year. We investigated 287 criminal offenses, clearing 196 of those by arrest. We made a total of 98 physical custody arrests and conducted 559 motor vehicle stops, which was up considerably from last year, the same month, which was at 316. We issued 21 motor vehicle summonses, 444 written warnings. There were no fatal accidents. We responded to a total of 42 motor vehicle accidents, 11 of which had personal injury. We issued 41 parking tickets, made 3 DWI arrests, took 24 people into custody for intoxication. We responded to 40 domestic disturbance calls and 97 other disturbances, as well as 10 suicidal subjects, and investigated 4 violation restraining orders. And that is it.
Any questions?
Well, it certainly shows that they're doing work this year, that more than what they have been in years past. So it's good.
They certainly are.
Yep.
Criminal Investigative Unit statistics, Chief Canfield.
For the month of October 2020, detectives took on 19 initial cases, conducted 30 follow-up investigations on other cases, made 3 felony arrests, conducted or originated 4 felony charges, 3 misdemeanor arrests, 2 misdemeanor charges. They issued, or they applied for and were granted 38 search warrants, cleared 3 cases exceptionally, 1 of which was unfounded. They conducted 19 sex offender registrations, 2 computer-related crimes, conducted 1 background investigation, 13 drug intel sheets, 1 polygraph exam, and conducted 32 training hours and 65 redactions for the body-worn camera system.
Mr. Mello, you had a question? No? Okay. Mr. Davis, welcome. We're moving on to the budget. Chief Canfield, budget.
Budget is right on track. Of course, we're still early in the budget year, but the budget is well within line.
Any questions on the budget?
None.
No, Frank, no?
No.
Okay. Monthly traffic statistics, Chief Canfield.
For the month of October, we issued a total of 41 parking tickets. And we don't track the number of parking warnings that we issue. Typically during the month of, later part of October and November, we issue a lot of parking warnings for the upcoming winter parking ban, which went into effect November 1st. So they've certainly been doing that, especially on the overnight shifts. We responded to a total of 42 motor vehicle accidents for the month. The motor vehicle accident breakdown by cause, the number one cause for motor vehicle accidents during the month was driver inattention or distraction, which attributed to 14 of the motor vehicle accidents, followed by improper turning, which was attributed to 5 of those accidents, followed by unsafe backing, which accounted for 4 of those accidents. Breakdown by location, the number one location for motor vehicle accidents for the month was Union Avenue, which attributed to 5 motor vehicle accidents, followed by North Main Street, which attributed to 4 motor vehicle accidents, followed by a tie for third place, which was 3 accidents on Guilford Avenue and 3 accidents on Court Street. And that is it for traffic.
North Main Street is always on the upper end of the,
It is. I mean, you know, those longer roads, the Court Streets, the North Main Streets and the Union Avenues, they encompass busy areas, so I think that's why they usually attribute most of our accidents in those locations.
questions. Moving on to monthly fleet report. Chief Canfield.
No questions for or nothing on the fleet, unless you have any specific questions.
Questions? Moving on to Chief report. Chief Canfield.
So drug overdose calls for the year-to-date, we've responded to a total of 67 drug overdose calls, as compared to a total of 63 drug overdoses for the year last year. So those are up slightly with a little bit of the year left to go. However, our drug overdose deaths are down considerably. Year-to-date, we've had 4 drug overdose deaths. As compared to last year, we had a total of 9 drug overdose deaths for the entire year. So that is good news on that end. There was a nice letter that was, or a nice note that was sent to the department, thanking Officer Hoffman for his interaction with some visitors who came to Laconia during the summertime, and it was nice to receive a thankful letter, despite all that's going on.
That was a very good letter.
Yeah, it was very, very nice accolades for sure. So we just got done completing our fall firearms training at the range as of yesterday. We've made the decision to not hold the annual Christmas luncheon for retirees this year that's typically held right before Christmas. Unfortunately, with COVID and everything that's going on, we didn't think that made any sense to jeopardize people's safety and well-being, so we are not going to do that. We are still going to continue with the new tradition that we started last year in sending out a newsletter updating retirees what's been happening in the department throughout the year, and we'll see if COVID makes a comeback or goes away and we can hold some type of spring barbecue or something like that, we will in that place. We've been working on COVID restrictions and changing guidelines, whether it be state, federal, or locally. I've attended several meetings in the last week with city leaders and other departments in regards to changing protocols for how COVID is being handled in those departments. So we've made some new changes for our department, which will be instituted beginning next week. Just in an effort to keep people safe and healthy as we go into the deep fall season. And that is all I have.
Reference these letters. Do things like this go on to the website, the LPD website? I mean, like the second letter, regarding the overdose thing, something like that could go on, but with no names, but.
We could.
Like this, I mean, that's the kind of stuff that people, they need to know about this,
Yeah,
you know, to get it out there.
yeah, we certainly can look at doing that, and just delete the names off of it and just
Yeah.
put things, yeah, we,
But, you know,
yep,
because that's, things like that do so much good.
yeah, absolutely.
People need to know about it. Moving on to old business,
Nothing?
new business,
Nothing?
other business,
Nothing?
citizen comments. Hearing none. Confirmation of the next meeting date, December 16th. Any conflicts? Okay, December 16th it is. And there is a need for a non-public session, I understand.
Yes, sir.
I'll entertain a motion to go into non-public.
Motion, non-public?
Okay. Second?
Hold on 1 second, I gotta get the.
I've been thrown out of better places.
Oh, come on. We like you.
I gotta go check if John's.
Do make a motion to go into non-public pursuant to RSA 91-A:3, Section 2A, dismissal, promotion, or compensation of any public employee, or the disciplining of such employee, or the investigation of any charges against him, her, unless the employee affected, one, has the right to a public meeting, and two, requests that the meeting be open, in which case the request shall be granted.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We are out now in non-public at 3:25.